You're listening to the Midwest Coven Cast. I'm Susie.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Marilyn.
We're three modern pagans stumbling through life and honoring our craft.
Join us in conversations about, well,
just about everything.
And we hope that you enjoy this week's episode.
Welcome back, Coven.
Welcome back, Coven. I'm a little more, like last time we had our like low energy thing going on. I'm a little bit
We're a little
more
better
back.
Today. We're a little bit more
I'd say
together.
high energy today. I think we're excited about today.
Summertime vibes.
Yes.
Summer.
Lighting the candle.
I mean, it's not quite summer yet, but we did.
It's so close.
There's a fire festival coming up, and
We're ready.
Beltane is...
well, in our time, not in, I guess, listeners' time.
When you guys listen, Beltane will be have been a couple of days past, at least a week and a half past, I think.
But right here, right now, it hasn't come yet.
Right here, right now, it has not come yet. And so, we wanted to talk about summertime.
Summertime.
Right along with Beltane too, like it's like last week or so of class, which I don't want to remind myself, but at the same time I'm reminding myself because if I can just get through this,
I only have one.
Summer will be here.
Well, one final project to finish, and then I have a final test to take. So I got a lot of stuff done. I had a lot of projects that I needed to do last time that are finished now.
Yay!
Getting through it.
Have your students been pulling through?
Yeah. Some of them, but there are, again, just this semester, so many that have just kind of
really quick to backtrack.
off.
Are some of the projects that you have what are the projects that you finished? Was one of them that photography thing?
Yeah, I had my photography final, which I had to make my final presentation video.
Dude, you guys have got to check this thing out. I literally she just showed it to me, and I am blown away.
It's just a bunch of pictures of moths and mushrooms.
But seriously, they're really good.
So good, though.
You guys should check out her video. Seriously, it's really good.
Check out the video, or if you
I'm
guys
super impressed.
or if you just
I'll share some
individual
pictures
photos
on Instagram, and I'll post the video on YouTube for you guys.
Make a little collage on the Tiki-Taki, maybe.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, but I like mushrooms and moss, and
or I can steal them and make.
Well, you were talking about how this summer that's something that you're planning on doing is going mushroom hunting, right?
Well, it's more of a springtime thing, but yes.
Oh, spring, okay.
So that time has passed.
Well,
I remember photos.
We need a better rain. So we haven't really had a good rain this year where they're this far north yet, but they are further south already.
So they're coming.
So maybe
yes, they are on the way.
The mushrooms are coming.
They're creeping up. They are in the area, but they're not all the way here yet.
Well, if I can take you up on that offer to go with, I will definitely try because I feel like I've heard of it. I've thought about going, but I've never actually gone. And if you're going, I want to dive in.
Like I said, I go to hunt morels to actually collect them and eat them and forage them, but I do hunt other mushrooms just for my photography purposes. And it's
so. I feel like Sam and I have said a couple things that we associate with summer, right? Like the Beltane's coming, your mushrooms. What about you, Susie? What's something that you sort of associate with summer?
Oh God, hold on. Well, I mean, honestly, just off the top of my head, sorry. Whenever I think of the summertime, I always kind of think of just celebrating and just kind of people are always having parties and they're always kind of
being
gatherings.
together.
Yeah, it's so against what's going on right now with the pandemic, but now is the time when people they get together and have their gatherings. And I mean, a lot of the time what's beneficial though is the fact that it's usually outside, so we still can do a lot of the things that we do during the summertime because with social distancing / outside, it's kind of like you can still have get-togethers that are distant from each other but yet still together and celebrating together, so I'm excited about summertime. We can be outdoors together,
bonfires and hiking and
going to the park with the kids. I'm excited
and now that we know that being outside with the vaccine rolling out and more people being immune and things like that, it's safer to be outside with a few more people based on CDC guidance and shit. So I'm I want to have a fire pit soon.
Yes.
To me, summer is friends around the fire, at night.
Did you say that we were talking about maybe trying to do that for Beltane?
I would love to do that for Beltane, and we
It's only a couple days away, so if you're down,
I'm down if you guys are down.
Let's go
Hell
burn
yeah.
some stuff.
Yes.
Let's make a fire and burn some hot dogs or not dogs, depending on your preferences. I'll get some marshmallows and some fucking graham crackers, and we will have a fire. I think we totally should do it.
The kids would
100%.
love that.
I'm totally down
Yeah.
for s'mores. Like, that's one thing that I always look forward to.
Question: Can I
Yes.
pop tents out also and like just
Stay the night.
have the kids? Yeah,
Dude.
because Dylan has been waiting to camp out, and I feel like if we had like a bathroom that we could just run in and use too, then it would be a lot easier having the babies camping
Yeah.
and like.
Ooh, that's a really good idea because I have a tent that I've been waiting to pop up.
Slumber party. That's
I
like
need to
in
clean
2
my
days
kitchen.
though.
Well, honestly, that would be a good
It's
idea
like
for the kids
tomorrow.
as a first
Oh, it's
experience.
tomorrow.
So what are we doing? Are we doing this or what?
That's fine.
Summertime celebrations, yes.
I will
but
go
that's
home and find my
that's
tent.
the stuff that
I mean, I'm not sleeping outside.
Oh no, I know.
Just
But
so we're clear.
Oh no, I don't expect you to. You live
Okay.
here. You got a bed, but like
Just making sure.
I live for that shit. Like,
Yeah,
give
totally
me a
fine,
hammock
me
and I'll
too.
just sleep in that.
Yeah, 100%.
Like in my recently the past couple years, like that's what I've been doing. Like I'll set up my tent and end up just sleeping in the hammock anyways, and not
Nice.
even using it. And
Well, I have a couple trees that are close enough together back there that you might be able to set it up
totally do.
safely. Yeah.
bring all the hammocks.
Yeah, I'm totally down. Let's 100% do this tomorrow.
I will go home and find my.
I'll have to figure out what we're going to do for like food. I'm
We
going
can
to order
contribute
some
to that.
Myers.
Yeah, we
Dude,
can.
Trevor
Where's
loves
my-
grilling shit.
Okay.
Do you
Do
have
you guys
a-
have like I don't have a grill, but
I
I was
have
thinking
one of those.
for the fire pit that you can like just cook it over the fire. Like for
Oh.
hamburger patties. Don't they make
No,
those?
I didn't have that actually. That's a great
We will
idea.
figure this out.
Details.
Yeah,
We will
off
do this
the-
off
off the
air. But
recording,
like,
Yeah.
This
None
is-
of y'all are invited.
Sorry. Too
We're gonna
late.
do it.
This comes out too late. Sorry.
But we could like make mini maypoles. I mean,
We could make many.
yeah, we got all these plans now. Yes, off air we were going to talk
I've
about
still
that.
got all the stuff for those maypoles, girls. Oh man, I'll bring all the ribbon.
It'll be great.
Okay, so besides celebrating Beltane, what else are we gonna do this summer? Like, cause okay, Corey's brother Sean actually just got a bigger pool. Like last summer he had a pool, but he's got a pretty good sized family, and I guess with all of them, they were like, you know, kind of all on top of each other whenever they would all go swimming. So he upgraded to like a way bigger pool. And Corey visited the other day, and I guess he was talking about how he keeps it at like 90 degrees.
Damn.
Yeah, I was like, what? That's like a freaking huge hot tub then. He was like, yeah, we're probably going to end up having to go over there this summer. So we'll see how everything plays out, you know, with the
Yeah.
whole COVID and everything. But I definitely can see us having some fun in that pool.
Oh man.
I'm looking forward to it. Because honestly, I'm always so weird about wearing a bathing suit and like being outside and I feel
Yeah.
like naked and whatever. But you know what? After this whole
Yeah.
mom thing, I'm like, fuck it.
Do you have full length mirrors in your house?
I do.
You should get rid of them for a while or cover them up for a while and then see how you feel about yourself.
Yeah, just don't look at it.
'Cause,
Just don't
like,
look at it. Don't-
I don't have one. Like I broke mine and then Trevor got me a new one and then we broke that one and now we don't have one again and like
you
it,
guys
I don't
had
know like
14
so I
years
don't
bad
even
luck.
really
No, I'm just
think
kidding.
about my mood like what I look like doesn't really affect my mood anymore because I don't look at myself. I guess like
Yeah.
I
I can
put
see
on an
that.
outfit and I'm confident in like oh I like that outfit and I don't care what I look at like in it so I don't really
It's what you feel like
Yeah.
wearing it, not what everybody else feels like with you wearing it.
yeah, and like
no.
I have a mirror that like I can stand on a stool and look at if I want to see myself, but
Right.
like it's
Otherwise
not
you're
in my
just
face
like,
all the time, you know?
Right. Well, and to be
Yeah.
honest with you, I think that the part of me that has kind of gotten beyond the whole like caring thing is more or less like I used to really care about my body, like, you know, when it was already pretty much what I would probably trade for now, whatever.
Yeah,
But at
the
same
ideal.
Yeah, my ideal already has passed, and I shouldn't say has passed, like I can't ever get that back. But at the same time, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not seeking that out anymore because
Yeah.
honestly, I think I'm more proud of my body and what its capabilities are in general versus what it looks like. So
Yeah,
that's, I think,
fuck that noise. You don't need to worry about what other people.
right. Like if anybody has anything to
I
say,
keep my
to
body
question
for
it about-
myself, not for other people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like if anybody has anything to question about anybody else's body, then obviously that says a lot more about them than it says about the person that they're questioning.
Yeah.
So I'm
I
like,
get it though.
Own
I
it.
mean, I've been a big girl all my life.
well, yeah, and it's not that I'm like
So it's intimidating to be out
100%
in public.
comfortable now. Like I'm still gonna have that little bit of like that shyness or that
Yeah.
vulnerableness when I am in like my bathing suit. But at the same time,
I think being a mom too, like you
self-confident.
notice it more that
Or
because
self-conscious.
like you don't want to pass that down to the next generation where you're like
yeah,
talking down about yourself or you know.
yeah, like be
Yeah.
proud of yourself.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes, and I do think that had a lot to do with it, is the fact that I don't want Kelly to be looking at herself
Yeah.
like any sort of way, because she's perfect any way she is, and so yeah, I need to represent that too, if that's how I want her to feel.
It's hard though.
It is hard, it is, but well, I mean, I always will have another ideal self in my mind that I know I could be and achieve, and I'm not gonna like not ever go for that, but at the same time, like I know that I don't have to have that to be happy or to feel happy or to. And it's not for others, it's just for me that I have something, you know what I mean? It used to be that I had an ideal self that I thought everybody else wanted me to be, and I needed to go for that and achieve that for me to feel happy. Like, no, I still have an ideal self for myself, but it's for me to seek out for myself, not to impress other people, you know?
I resonate with that. Like I would measure my success on what other people wanted me to succeed in.
Yes. Very
Not
much.
on what I actually wanted to achieve and what I was passionate about.
And I'm still growing out of that too. I mean,
Yeah.
it's still a gray area for me right there.
Maybe that's why I like summer nights so much more than summer days. You can hide in the dark.
Yes,
No, I think it really has to do with heat. The heat is why I really like the night, I think. But like
Well,
the
me
heat during
too.
the day is just so intense. And I do not do well with heat. It's like the one thing that I hate about the summer. Like
That-
heat
yes.
and humidity like is
Ugh.
I like feel like I'm just dying. And I run hot anyways. Like I usually keep the temperature of my house like very low. Like I'm comfortable.
I'm
And,
not
yeah.
usually one that runs hot. Like I usually do run at a fair pace. Like I don't,
Yeah.
you know, I'm not always running hot or cold. Like I'm usually just right in the middle. I'm like that Goldilocks. I'm just in the middle,
Not
just
too
a
hot
bit.
and not too cold.
Yeah, what's that?
Just right.
I would have to say April 25th because it's not too hot, not too cold. All you need is a light jacket. Oh my god. Okay, sorry, but anyway.
We're like a few days out from that, but we're close.
Yeah.
We're just a few days out from the perfect day.
But anyway,
God.
so back to the point. What was I saying about the not too hot? Oh, I don't run too hot or too cold.
Yeah,
but
I run hot.
during the summertime, though, I admit that I sweat a lot more. Like the humidity and stuff really gets to me at times. So even though I want to be outside more and I like to be outside more, I also know that it makes me kind of sweaty and so.
What are some other things? Are there any things that you guys don't like about the summer? Now that I'm like releasing my but the heat.
I know myself anyways, our electricity always goes up in the summertime because we always have the fans on, and if the fans aren't on, the air is on, or both is on, and then having to mow the lawn, which Trevor does most of the time now, but it was always supposed to be like the upstairs guy was supposed to be doing it every other time, and then we would have to do it
know,
every
it's
other
become
time,
you
and
guys
he
just
just
doing
doesn't
it.
fucking do it.
Oh no.
So when I was living by myself, I had to do it the whole time, and then now Trevor does it the whole time, and he doesn't ever do it.
Yeah. I'm very lucky to have a neighbor that we paid to do this lawn and the one next door. He's a nice guy, and
But that is nice to just not have to do it.
yes, absolutely. You know,
Yeah, Corey's got to do our lawn, and I feel so bad because when he comes in, because he runs hot.
Yeah.
So it takes like 2 seconds for him to start sweating. So when he's out there in that beaten sun, which he'll try to aim to do it like later in the day when the sun's setting, so it's a little cooler anyways, you know, but like sometimes it don't matter. If it's hot out, it's hot out. It's summer, and fuck, that's sweat.
Trevor runs hot, so he's a baby in the cold because he runs hot. So it's like And when he comes to bed, like, I'm fine by
If he
myself,
runs hot
but
and
if
likes
he
to be
comes to
hot.
bed, when he comes to bed, then I sweat and I'm like, it's like a sauna in here. And I get all like, why is the heat on so high? And I get all cranky.
See, maybe you do run cold then, because Corey's usually pretty warm, and I am never that warm. Like, he's like a fucking heater.
He prefers it cold.
He prefers it cold. He wants a fan
Yeah,
on
I'm
him
the
all the time
same.
because he's so hot.
Yeah.
Whereas me, I want to like cuddle up to him because he's so warm. And I'm usually, I guess maybe I do run cold then. Because I do like a blanket or like a sweater on, or, you know, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I run
more-
cold maybe then.
I'm probably
Or you're
neutral.
like in a manageable zone where it's,
It's
like
more manageable, but I guess I'd rather be. There was always a thing that I used to say. I was like, I'd always rather be too cold than hot because you can always add layers, but you can only
Right.
take so much off.
100%.
And you can add a fan,
That's where
whatever.
I'm
But yeah, once you're naked and that fan's running on you and you're still hot,
That's
ain't much
a
else you can
miserable place to be.
I mean, air conditioners are great. That's
Ugh,
for sure.
yeah.
So.
We're
But
very
anyways.
lucky to have that available to us.
Oh yeah.
I feel bad for people
Although
who
I do
not.
appreciate
I
being
like being
outside
hot
in
and
the
sweaty,
hot.
so-
Like, I like how it seems to wear
Hard
me
opposite.
out. It seems to wear me out. Like if I'm
Yeah.
outside in the summer, like if we go somewhere and even just walking down to the damn park and back, you know, like
Yeah.
that really does sometimes wear me out to the point where I feel like I could sleep real good because I've gotten outside, I've gotten the
Yeah.
sun on my
Fresh
skin,
air.
and yeah, the fresh air and just movement. Like I don't know, there's something about just spending some good old fashioned time outside. I love it.
Yeah. I feel like I don't do that as much as I used to when I was young.
I don't either.
I feel like I
Yeah,
used to go
me-
outside and do things all the time.
Yeah,
I
well,
need to get Dylan in the habit of going outside more because
That's why I'm
like,
excited for Kelly. Yeah,
Yeah.
Dylan likes to be outside. He likes to run around, and it seems like he gets a lot of his energy out doing that.
Yeah.
So maybe it'd be a good thing. We
Yeah.
can start playing tag and hide and go seek and shit.
We just don't have as safe of an area to do it because we live on a busy corner. And
I have a feeling there's
Right.
going to be like this big
Here it's
renaissance
okay,
of like
but-
outdoor activity because we've been basically, well, not everyone has
We're all
been abiding,
cooped up.
but like so many people have been so cooped up for so long.
We're like, let us
Everyone's
out!
going to be like, let's play volleyball again. Like,
And you can have COVID, and you can have COVID.
yeah.
Sorry.
Well, I mean,
I'm just
if
kidding.
people are, you know, mostly inoculated, you know,
Right.
we can
No,
do those
I'm
things
just
safely.
joking.
So I'm just like, I'm here for it. Even, I mean, I don't even like to play those things, but just to be with friends, I would go watch other people do it to hang out with friends.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, every once in a while. I mean, I'm a little bit of a hermit, but I'd like to do stuff like that every once in a while, you know?
Yeah, no, I like little get-togethers, like at our houses and stuff, because
Yeah,
I feel
100%.
like they're, you know, they're with the people that are closest to us that we love and like to hang out with them anyways, but at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
it's doing little activities that I'm not, like, I don't know, I think back in the day, I used to feel such an obligation to have to, like, go out and spend all this money
Yeah.
at, like, a bar or, like, all these places to have fun.
Well, just think of how
Whereas-
we grew up, though. It was like going to like Six Flags and like Magic Waters, Santa's Village, like all those places.
Remember outdoor drive, oh my god, what were they called? Drive-in theaters. Outdoor
Ooh,
drive-in
Oh my gosh, I
theaters.
miss those so
I heard they're coming out with
much.
one sometime. I think Corey was talking about how his Aunt Jackie and Uncle Ron are coming up for the summer, and they were talking about going to a new one that's coming out. I'll have to get more information.
there's a
but
couple
Girl.
not that far.
We should totally make a trip and do that. Maybe
We
even Steve
could,
and
like-
Nine would go with us. Remember when we went with Steve, Nine, and Sarah out to
We
that
could get a
outdoor one?
projector and do it in the backyard.
We have a 20-foot tent. I have a projector screen in the garage. Like
We're
a.
busting it out for Beltane tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your job is to find that projector screen. Find that
Well, I don't have a
projector.
projector at the moment, so that would be a problem.
Oh.
But we could get one, and we could have.
There's
an
a way
outdoor
you
movie
can
night.
hack your phone into one, but I'm sure that the resolution would just be terrible. But
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
there
sure
is a
that.
way
Well,
you
there
can
are
do
ones
it.
that you can get, like little ones, and I could get one, and we'll.
We have them for
we'll
like
do it.
$60 or $70 where I
Yeah,
work,
we'll do
but-
it sometime this summer. It probably won't be for like Beltane, but
Yeah, she's
it'll-
like probably not for tonight, but
But we'll do it.
in the works maybe. Yeah, let's check out how easy.
because
it
I
would
have
be.
my little my amplifier too that I could bring outside and probably use. I could probably hook it up for like sound. Yeah.
We'll have like our own little outdoor theater for the kids and
Yeah.
camping, and that'd be fun actually.
Mm-hmm.
Make a little fire for them.
Yeah, especially for the kids. We'll watch a kids movie, and
We could do it like they used to do it. We would do the kids movie, and then the kids would fall asleep, and then you do the adult movie
I
afterwards.
would love my double feature. Well, that's what they used to do at the.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what they still do at some of
100%.
the drive-ins.
Yeah.
Double feature.
Lots to stop by the
Put the kids to bed and be
The
like,
store and
"Don't
get
listen to this."
I say we'll have to stop by the store and get some candy, but not for the kids. That'll be for us after they fall asleep because we don't want the
They can
kids
do
to have
popcorn
no.
though.
Yeah, we can do popcorn.
I've been wanting. You know what? We
love
will not have
s'mores.
this, but I would love to get like one of those little popcorn carts. I think those things are like the cutest things ever.
They are really cute.
And I would love to have one.
You know what? But you actually being like used to work at the movie theater, plus you were a film scholar, like it kind of would fit in your basement theme if you had one. You
Yeah.
know? And you like popcorn. You probably use it sometimes.
Well, I was thinking if we put it in the garage too, though, we could like wheel it out when we have our movie nights and shit, or have it close by. You know,
Make it like a thing.
make it like a whole deal for the kids. You know, and they can be as ruckus as they want because they're just here. You know.
Again, we will have to plan some of this stuff off of the air because this sounds like some fun stuff.
Yeah, I 100% would love to do that.
But it sounds like there's some planning that's going to be involved.
100%. What else would you guys like to do this summer? Or what have you done in the
I
past?
mean, we also went to Six Flags when we were kids anyways. Like, I remember that being, like, our family trip every year. And then just camping all the time. And
I remember you and your, like, because you would go with, like, your dad camping a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know your mom would go sometimes, I think.
Well,
I
and then
didn't go
since
much
I've
except
grown
for
up,
with
I
you.
go. Yeah, we went on a couple camping trips.
Yeah, I have honestly not gone camping very much except for when I went with you. So, but that was one of the things I really enjoyed about summertime was camping.
We need to go again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes,
because
I-
as a grown up, I've gone camping like a whole bunch of different places and in different states, and I don't know. That's just something that I enjoy doing, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm
Well, you
excited
guys
to know somebody that likes to do that stuff because as much as me and Corey like to do stuff, that is something he does not really, I don't think, like to do.
Outdoorsy.
Yeah, he's not one to like jump into doing stuff like that. Like I think that if he were to go, he would probably enjoy it, and then he might enjoy to try to go again and more. But I think that initially he'll be like, "No, I'm good. I'll just stay home." You know what I mean? But I think if
But
I
you still
go,
have someone you can go on an adventure with.
yes,
now.
exactly. Like that's what I'm super excited about. Honestly, I'm like,
Yeah.
"Ooh, Sam likes to do all the things that I want to do."
Well, you guys did that when you were kids, like when you went like caving and shit, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
you guys-
we
I
went
feel
to
like you talked about it
Iowa
before,
to
yeah.
the Bat Caves.
That was
Yeah.
so fun.
And I've taken Dylan there, so
We should go there again.
With the
That's-
kids.
Yeah. We'll have to make a trip out of that some summer and I wouldn't mind waiting until the kids are a little bit older and they can go with because I feel like
Yeah.
that would be a fun experience for
they could go with now.
Yeah.
at the caves.
Yeah,
I feel like one of the things about summer that's super iconic to me, like I agree with like, you know, camping and shit like that, definitely. But also road tripping. Like taking like mini vacations where you
Yes.
drive there and you
Yeah.
stop off at like little bitty diners and like
Do you
off the
remember
wall
when we-
shops and like whatever.
Do you remember we used to do the Indiana trips for the family reunions during the summertime? That was so fun. And we used to always sit in the backpack because we had the station wagon and we would always do like the little like honk noise or the honk signal to all of the semis.
I remember when we used to sit in the back and like try and entertain the like car behind
Yes.
us.
Yes! It was
like show them our whole wardrobe that we brought for the trip,
Or do like
or,
foot dances in the window.
they were probably like, "Oh my god, these kids!" It's like
The
we were
way back,
distracting them.
man. That
we
was
were
like
so
your job.
distracting
Yes.
everybody.
Yeah.
The back.
The way back.
Was it called the way back? I thought we called it the back.
I feel like we called it the way back, but
maybe
I
I'm
think
just
I'm
remembering
crazy.
wrong. It's either way. It was
Either way,
definitely
yes.
the best part of the station wagon.
Oh man.
Well, I remember ours was, I think, facing just backwards, and I think Julie and Jenny's down the road, they had one for a while, and theirs was facing each other.
Oh, I think
we
that
would
they
ride
could.
in the
I think
back.
they could like
Swiveled.
swivel it or something.
Yeah.
Some of them, yeah.
That was a great feature on that car.
Yeah.
Oh man.
100%. And well, because like when we went to Salem, that was such a fun trip. And I know you've taken a lot of road trips too, Sam. Right?
Yeah, I've gone with kids and without kids, and it's, I don't know.
Road
like
trips
them.
are just, I mean, I'm sure there's ups and downs because, yeah, there's like when you stop off on the stops and your butt really hurts from sitting for so long and you got to shake out your legs and, you know, there's that. But there's also this other, like, whole memory that goes along with each trip that, you know, it's an adventure each time, you know?
Right.
That's, I think, the part that I like the most about it is that it's unpredictable sometimes, all of the things that go. You know what some of the stuff that's going to happen is, but you don't know all the in-between stuff that goes along with it.
Right. You might, like, see a wayward sign that says, like, Gravity Hill.
Yeah. And then you might almost
Go there out of curiosity. Curiosity?
Yeah.
Go there out of curiosity and then be disappointed.
And then you might go down a road that has really,
Remembers.
really, what's the word?
Questionable.
Questionable, that's the word,
Questionable
yes.
surroundings.
Yeah, like Hills Have Eyes type of questionable surroundings. And you think, gee, maybe I should
That
have
murder
traveled down
shack
that
on the road.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
definitely...
We had questions about, I mean, there was stuff about it at the, like, rest stop.
I mean, yeah.
But,
it
like,
wasn't
that doesn't necessarily mean
It
anything.
was kind of creepy, though, by the time we got past that. We got to the end of that road, and that was what we saw was, like, that creepy-ass, like, looking...
Yeah, and even the sign, like,
barn
pointing
house.
you to it was, like, kind of shoddily made at the time, or at least it
Yeah,
seemed like
like-
it. Like, it was just, like, slab on
We'll
board.
just get some tourists to come down here thinking there's something down here, and then there's nothing but us down here.
Oh, man.
But anyways. But no, honestly, that
I mean, I
was...
don't think they were selling anything, so...
No.
You
Well,
know, but-
honestly, though, I think that there was a .com of some sort where you could buy,
Oh, yeah.
like, T-shirts that had that, you know, Gravity Hill, whatever, but whatever. But another thing that I actually kind of like was we used to go golfing,
Mm-hmm.
and we would, like, ride around on the golf carts, and I'm not, like, skillful at it, but I always remember having a really fun time, mostly probably because we were riding around on the golf carts.
Right.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed doing it, too. Like, there's a funness that goes
I
along
remember
with
as
it.
young kids, my cousin he lived out in the country, and they had golf carts, and they put like faster motors in them, so they went faster than like a regular golf cart should.
Ooh,
And we would
that'd
like
be
play
fun.
Nerf gun wars like on the golf carts. And
That would be fun.
Yeah.
I
The
think
good
about-
old days.
I think about
Yeah.
our kids doing that, like, oh God, no!
We're doing,
But
like,
I
mini
think about-
golfing.
Yeah, I used to love mini golf and mini putt. Remember,
Yeah.
Dad used to take us down to that mini putt place all the time. I used to always get all
That would be
those
one of, like, our
prizes.
signature time with dad things. Like, we did that. I mean, we didn't do it, like,
Yeah.
all the time, but
That was one of his
it was one of the
like
few little
his little special
outings.
places he would take us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it wasn't, like, fishing. Oh.
Yeah. Oh man.
I feel bad, but, like, I didn't like it. He was just out there for too
Yeah.
long, and it didn't hold my attention.
Well, I think the part of
And
it was we didn't like to touch the fish. We didn't
Yeah.
enjoy. There were lots of weird smells out there that, as a kid, you sometimes are just kind of like, meh. And then I don't know. I think anymore, I can appreciate it, but it's just not my thing. It's not
Yeah,
my gig.
not my
I don't
gig.
enjoy. I'm more of a camping, exploring, hiking, that type of outdoor.
And I'm like, let's have a
enjoyment.
fire in the backyard so I can still sleep in my bed.
Yes. You're like a let's go glamping.
Yes.
You're a glamper.
That's right.
That's all right,
True
though. You know,
story.
at least people just need to know themselves, and if that's what they know, and that's
I
what
wanna
they
be
like, and they do
comfortable.
what they like, and that's good.
Yeah.
Like,
Our ancestors
Nothing wrong with
ancestors
that.
toiled with science for far too long.
she reaps the benefits of these things. Give me my computer. Give me my phone. Give me my TV.
And you know what? If there's people that like to live in like that kind of way, more in touch with nature, I have literally 0% problem with that.
Yeah, I mean,
Like that's totally a legit way of life too.
yeah.
But it's not my preferred one, considering the technology that we have available to us.
Like I've questioned becoming homeless on purpose because
Very different. Like
what is shelter and how much do I actually need?
Well, and it's funny how the people, like, I've read about people or heard about people that they'll pretty much strip themselves of just like a suitcase worth of their belongings with like just their clothes, a few little things that they
Yeah.
need, and they'll just
I
kind
think
of
that's
travel.
totally legit. I
and
I
I'm
wish
like,
I had
oh my
that.
God, I don't know if I could
You
ever.
know?
I feel too much anxiety trying to go that route that I
Yeah.
know I couldn't do it. But it's, I
Yeah.
mean, but at that point,
I can see the
you
appeal
find
to
what
other
you
people.
need.
I just can't do it myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So yeah, I think that's totally legit though. I just couldn't do it for myself. I don't think.
Yeah, no, I'm the same.
But, you know.
For now, anyways. I say
I
that.
totally,
Maybe in the future I'd
totally
feel
legit
differently.
though, if that's what other people do, man.
I mean, I feel like my rocks would get really heavy after a while. But I have vehicles, so
That's why you would just need to
Right.
get your she van, and then you would have your whole collection travel with you everywhere you go.
Yeah.
It just would be able to be set up on shelves, I mean, because of the rattling and the
Yeah.
turns and stuff. So it'd be nice and nested in a drawer, probably.
You know what I love? So, like, now that I've gotten older, I've, like, noticed less and less of this, but, you know, just because I'm not, like, quite as, like, imbued in, like, youth culture as, I mean, I think I'm more than some people my age, but, like, still not, like, totally, is, like, summer jams. Back in the day, there was always, like, that summer jam, you know, like, that
Oh,
everybody
yeah,
was listening
like,
to. It was
Yeah.
always on the radio. Like,
that way.
so there's usually a few of them,
bitch.
you know. Yeah. Goodbye, I won't wish. Yeah. 100%. I feel like it still kind of happens though, like sometimes.
You know what? I think
I
I'm just,
notice
like you said, I'm so
them,
far
but-
away from the youth.
I was gonna say I'm just
I
not
don't know
into that
what-
music anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like our summer jams are always going to be my summer jams that I'll
Yeah.
just go to as my summer jams. But then, yeah, the new ones
Yeah.
that come out are just, I don't even know what they
But
are.
then again, I'm on TikTok a lot, so I probably know them better than I think I do. Just because they're probably like some of them are probably similar to like things that trend, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely not as in it as I used to be. I'm sure there are some references. There are sometimes like they'll have like ads on TikTok for like certain things that I'm pretty sure it says it's some influencer, and I'm like, I have literally no idea who this person is.
That's usually me.
Yeah, you know, it is what it is. It was bound to happen. People get old and they lose touch with the youths.
I mean, I just stopped
In some
caring what was in, I
Popular.
guess. Yeah.
No, I think that's totally legit. Yeah. I just feel like I miss out
I'm
on like
popular.
jokes and things.
This is my show.
Too funny. But yeah, I think that's so fun. And like, not so much now, just I've talked about like me being in crowds anymore, but like going to like festivals, like whether it's like music festivals or even like carnivals, like stuff like that, like
Craft
things that
shows.
come to your town.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, craft shows.
I
Although craft
miss
shows are kind
craft
of year round,
shows.
but like there were like
The
outdoor
outdoor ones,
ones,
yeah.
and, like
Do they
yeah,
have those right
100%.
now?
Not during COVID.
I
no.
didn't think so. I was like, man, COVID's ruining everything.
Yeah, so it's yeah.
But no,
it's
I really
hard.
do miss doing those. I think that was, I mean, as much as the setup and the teardown sucks, the during part is pretty fun. I mean, when we're
Yeah.
busy and we're interacting and we're doing stuff, when it's downtime and it's kind of like lame in between, sometimes that part's not as fun, I guess. But you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
totally.
It was fun, overall. But yeah, no, I agree that music festivals and carnivals and fairs and stuff, I
Yeah.
like going to them. I miss going to them as a kid more because I remember when we were kids, I felt like I would go and I'd ride the rides. I would like play those little games and win
Yeah.
the stuffed animals, the darts with the balloons and stuff.
And now you have to go and spend all the money.
Yeah, it's like
It's
now as the adult,
expensive.
it's like they're ripping you off. We're not playing, they're just ripping you off. I mean, I haven't experienced that
And
yet,
it's so funny
but
because
I
you
can
get
just
so
see
mad
myself
at a
being
kid that you
mom.
can't keep going.
Yeah, yeah.
And now as the parent, you're like,
Give me
fine.
$10 more. No, it's wasting.
Oh,
I'll go
man.
buy you a stuffed animal for $5 at the store. We're done.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, my
shit.
gosh.
But no, honestly, I want to make sure that I remember being a kid and how fun it
Yeah.
is. So that way when I go into that experience as the parent, I can kind of give them a good experience, but also hone in too, because I'm
Yeah.
not going to be crazy ridiculous and just let them spend all my fucking money. But at the same time, I do want to
Yeah.
give them enough fun time
Fun.
to really have fun. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
and I know they're ripping us off, but I don't care. Toss those balloons at those motherfuckers. Or toss those darts at those balloons.
Get yours funnel cake.
Oh,
That's,
yeah.
like,
Oh, my
classic.
God. Oh, those are so good. They're so unhealthy, but they're so good.
Yeah. True story.
What are they called? Elephant ears?
Ooh,
Elephant ears. They're a little bit different, I think, but they're like
They're
similar.
like a...
Yes, I am into more of an
Oh.
elephant ear person.
Well, they're like a light pastry that's like doused with powdered sugar, right?
And isn't it like more of a one cohesive thing? instead
Yeah,
of, like-
it's like a
Oh, instead of
big
it
flat
being-
thing instead of funneled out.
yeah.
Gotcha. I think both of them are my jam.
I'll have
Whatever.
either, but I prefer the funnel sometimes because of the like crunchiness of it.
Yeah.
I feel like the elephant ear is
More
Not
cakey or
greasy.
not a
bready.
lot more doughy / greasy, but like a tiny bit more.
It's been so
It's not a
long since
huge
I've had
difference,
them
but
that
it
I
is- there
can't
is a
quite
little
remember.
difference.
I remember the last time I had one, I think it was at one of those 4th of July, like, you know, when they have, like, the little food trucks downtown when you go
Yeah.
to, you know, gathering. The last time was, like, years ago. So, yeah. But,
Yeah.
but those
Like-
are always fun to go to and have.
Yeah. Well, speaking of like the glamping and stuff, I know I'm going back a little bit, but I think part of my desire to do this kind of is born of that mentality about nature. But I would really love to go like to like the North Woods and just like get a like quiet cabin. Like I would want internet access and whatever, but I want it to
Yeah.
be like secluded by a lake.
Is that what glamping is?
We can
Kinda,
find an
probably.
Airbnb and go on like a girls trip and like bring some
be
wine
fine.
and
Planning that.
I don't really want to go
out.
out. I just want to go like I mean you guys
Yes.
could
stay at the Airbnb.
Yeah, I want to have time
we
to
can all
write.
hang out, and then
I
when
wanna,
me and her want to branch
have a
off
nice
and go on a
view.
hike, you can stay and do whatever you want at the little
More
Airbnb
trips
Yeah.
to
place.
plan. Let's do this.
Yes.
trips.
Social distance
I don't
trip.
drink, so
Social
that's
distance
my
trips,
version of
See,
yes.
that.
but that's what we did when we went on our last family trip. Is we got Airbnbs. We stayed in our rooms most of the time, but like this Airbnb that we got was Harry Potter themed. It had video like arcade systems. It had little like ponies that you could ride around the room.
Oh,
Yeah.
were they those ones that you see at the mall sometimes?
Yeah, that you like go in and out and it like pushes you forwards.
Well,
Like,
dude, that's kind of funny. It like makes you be a kid. I'd ride that shit.
me and Dylan were riding them.
I would totally ride that.
That would probably be fun. And I mean, I probably wouldn't do this activity, but I would imagine there'd be like tubing and stuff probably nearby for like you two, because I know.
Yeah, I like going tubing and
Yeah.
like just cracking a beer and floating down the river.
And I could definitely
I've
see
never
Susie
done it before.
enjoying
Dude,
that.
that's something that I actually have to admit.
Dylan loves going too.
I
Yeah.
have not been what's the word? I've not been exposed to all of these different fun things that you have exposed me to as of recently. Like, yes,
She's like your cousin daddy.
Yes, we were just talking about that when we went on our crystal trip. We were like, we just need to be each other's side chick, like seriously, because we want to do the same things as each other, and our men don't want to do those same things. So
So you
We're
guys
just gonna
can go
go do
adventure
'em.
together. Fuck it. You know?
chicks.
I mean, it's funny because I feel like, like when it comes to the tubing, I've always wanted to go tubing, never been.
Just
Camping.
come start doing stuff with me.
Yes! Oh, yeah. Like, sorry, babe, I got me a girlfriend. Peace out.
Trevor likes doing all the things, but he's very
That's what your
adamant about the
girlfriends are
weather.
for, right?
He's a lot more picky about how the weather is than I am. I'm like, let's go do it in like, we'll dress for the weather. And he's just like, oh, but it's windy. Oh, but it's chilly. Oh, but it's sprinkling. Oh, but...
Wear a rain jacket.
Well, like, then when are we
Man.
gonna go?
I can kind of relate.
I mean, not gonna lie, I'm a little bit like that too, depending on the time and the like. If it's raining out,
Like,
then
I do not
sometimes
wanna
I'm a
be
little bit
wet.
like, I don't know.
I don't
want
want to be roasted from the inside out.
But I
Yeah.
do agree with adaptability too, though. Like, I
Yeah.
think that it's better to go for it and make sure you
Well,
do
I think
it
that's something to
and
teach
adapt.
the kids too. To, like, you can
Yeah.
dress for the rain by having a raincoat, and you can, dress for the cold by wearing these things. And
I feel like when I was in Girl Scouts, that's what they did when we were planning on doing like a hike that day.
That's fair.
We went on that hike that day, and we knew that we packed our ponchos and we wore our ponchos. You know
Yeah,
what I
if
mean?
you- if-
Like
yeah.
that's what they did. That's what they taught us was to
Mhm.
adapt and to be prepared. Like
True.
so, it's something that would be a good concept, like you said. To
I
teach
didn't
the
like
kids.
that shit though.
She's like, I did prepare by not going, and I was.
like, that shit sucks.
I adapted by getting a house. Thank you.
And I'm just, well, see, and I'm like, ooh, it's raining out. Let's go on our hike because
Yeah.
the mushrooms are going to be popping.
It's so funny though
We're
because
I'll get my boots.
I'm one of
wet.
those
The
people,
moss will be so
I
moist.
do like nature and I've been loving taking care of my indoor plants, but I'm also like one of those that's like I don't want to have to be like surviving in it. You know what I mean? If I don't have
It's
to.
so pretty out there.
Yeah, it's so pretty out
The
there.
grubs are gonna come out. The worms are gonna be slithering.
Yeah.
There's gonna
Like-
be stuff going on if we go now in the rain.
It's
I'd
so
be
funny
afraid
though
I would
because
step on the worms. That's one of the things I hated during the rain as a kid. Is I would always think about when we were in the car, like either backing out of the driveway or like as walking across the sidewalk to go out to the car, whatever. How many worms did I step on? How many worms were we squishing? Because they're always crawling across the driveway. Like
it's so funny because I really want to be the girl who's okay with being adaptable in those sorts of naturey situations. Like, I want to be that girl, but I just, like, know in reality that I'm just 100% not.
Not
kind of
that
like that thing we were
person.
talking about before with the whole was it Grace versus oh god, what's that show you watch? Something in Grace.
Something in Grace.
It has a
Grace and Frankie?
Grace and Frankie.
Grace?
Yeah. I remember
Grace
you
and
were
Frankie.
talking about being a Frankie or being a Grace, and you were like, yeah.
That's definitely a part of me that I'm like a total Grace, but would love to be a Frankie. There are other parts of my life I'm a bit Frankie. Like I am very artistic, and I can get like sort of lost between projects and like be a little absent-minded and like the way that I do things. I like to have like my time to be sort of free.
You
to
can
do,
flow.
I'll get what I need
She's
to do
more
done,
flow,
but I'm flowy.
and the other one's more structure.
Yes, but it's so weird how it regiments in your life.
Well, it's
you
funny
know?
because I remember I
Between
was
those
talking
impulses.
about like masculine and feminine energy.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's kind of what it is. Like masculine energy is more like structured and, you know, whatever. And I feel like feminine energy is more flowy. And
Chaotic.
like, yes.
I feel like there's so much more gray area than that.
Well, I mean, there is, of course. But I feel like just within like just what's the word?
From a cultural perspective, that's how we view them as these are
Kind
masculine,
of.
these are feminine.
Kind of. Just
Even
as like
though-
a way to look at it, I guess.
Yeah.
But
That is so
There's no
problematic.
right way to be masculine and
That's
no
the-
right way to be feminine.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
I think from a societal
Yeah, that's
level,
true,
I just don't
guess.
like that they structure them that way.
Yeah.
So
I feel like it just makes more sense to my mind because of the way that I've been brought up.
that's how you've been
to-
brought up.
Yeah. Like, I
Mhm.
think that's why I referenced it that way, but
And
you
see,
know what
I've
I
been-
mean.
100%. I know what you mean. Yeah.
I guess I've always like tried to interpret Dylan as gender fluid because I guess I
You allow him
know.
to be what he wants to be when he wants to be.
Yeah. And
Well, I feel like
so
as a-
I just kind of feel like I've been exposed to that to kind of naturally like
Yeah.
Yeah.
be like nothing's really masculine or feminine. It's kind of like
Yeah.
it's
And I do wonder.
I don't know.
No, I
Yin
do
and
wonder
yang.
sometimes.
There's an equal amount
Like,
of both for both, and it's
yeah.
yeah.
I do wonder sometimes if my like thoughts on nature are a little bit like imbued into this because like I mean yeah you guys went camping and stuff like that, but I never really was. I was brought up more like play with Barbies and like whatever. So like a lot of my probably the way that I view and like to live my experience is sort of very much shaped by the
Yeah.
ways because like you know
Well,
that
I'm
was stuff
also a
boys
veteran.
did,
Like
right?
I was
Like,
military, and
Yeah.
so I trained to go camping.
yeah.
Right.
But I mean, you did it a
Yeah.
lot more when you were young, though. Too like I almost never went camping
Yeah.
when I was young.
Oh,
You
yeah,
went
me and
sometimes,
my-
though.
I think only when I went with Girl Scouts.
I
or
went with
you.
my dad all the time, and like I said, me and my brother would be in the woods, like finding
Yeah.
deer bones, trying to put the animals back together in their skeletal remains. You know, like that was our playtime.
That's why when we went crystal shopping, you were into like more of the skeletal, like
Yeah.
fossils and stuff like that. Like I personally, when we went, I wasn't even looking.
Well,
at that
I like
close.
ammonites. Ammonites are. I bought 2 more new ones recently, so those are
Yeah,
those are the
were
ones I
so
got.
cool.
But
Yeah. Did you end up going? Because I know you went to California and whatever. Did you end up going to the La Brea tar pits?
we did go to the
that?
tar pits. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, tar pits.
Yeah,
Like
I've always
bubbling things of
Thought
tar.
that was interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, we actually went when it was closed though. Like it was
Oh.
nighttime, and we kind of went and looked at them. And
Ooh.
I wasn't even really in my right mind when we went there. I got really bad news right before we went. So
Yeah.
Oh, well then,
Yeah.
not a great memory, but
Oh, no.
way to go.
Yeah. Uh-uh.
Well then,
yeah, my
we will go.
coworker overdosed, and we found out like right when we went to go and look at them. So we like went and looked at them, and I was just like, oh.
Just, it wasn't. You were not in the right mind space.
Yeah.
For it. 100%.
Yeah.
But like I feel like a lot of the places that you want to go, Sam, are like very naturey, which there's a part of me that wants to go to some of them, but there's a part of me that's also like,
Oh yeah,
sounds
like
you know.
I don't really know specifically, but like I know I want to go to Arizona because that's somewhere Trevor
his
he's
family's
been
there,
there and he used to live there and grew up
yeah.
there. He has family there now, and
Yeah.
like he always talks about it. And I've seen what's the place called? There's like I don't know. There's a lot of places up in that area that I would want to go to, but I've never been to a hot spring, and I want to do that.
We talked about this before the show. I'm like,
Oh, Marilyn. It was funny. So Sam was saying that she wanted to go to a hot spring, and Marilyn was like, I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't want to go naked.
No, she was like, what, you're going to go be all naked up there?
Yeah. And Sam was like, no, you want to go naked to a hot spring. Usually you wear your bathing suit.
I was like, I would probably have the kids.
and I was like, oh. I guess, like, I don't know. I just have, like, this. I feel like I'm thinking of, like, Italian baths and shit like that when I think of a hot spring, except for, like, in nature, right? Like, it's more
Outside.
nature and outside. But, like, because you think of, like, people going on retreats to the hot springs with their, like, girlfriends or, like,
they
whatever.
might have those, too.
I guess I never
don't know,
considered that they were
but
child-friendly places.
It depends on, I guess, which one you're
there's a whole
going
lot of
to.
naked
And
and a whole
Yeah.
lot of sex. And
There
I don't know
are-
about that,
I'm
but, like,
just kidding,
like,
I'm
well,
just
okay,
kidding.
so
in
there's-
a sauna kind of way, not in a, like, orgy kind of way.
Yeah.
I'm not that freaky.
We're just all hanging out naked together. We're not like
We're just
sexing
sitting
each
here,
other.
that's
So, a lot
I'm
of
talking
naked
about,
spaces
maybe,
aren't sexual spaces.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
They're just for people to feel free, not for people to feel sexualized.
Like a nude beach kind of feel, you know?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a nudist colony. You're not there to...
To feel like people are looking at your sexy parts.
I
because-
don't know why that's like immediately what comes to mind when I think about that, but
Well,
but
so
here we are.
I guess there are different hot springs. There are like hot spring retreats that would be more intimate
Probably
like
like
that.
that,
There's
yeah.
also more intimate hot springs that you have to like hike around mountains or like go like
Yeah.
you know, it's like a 14-mile hike
Like it's a
in the
literal
valley
natural
to
access
which
to
you know you
anyone.
probably
It's a
wouldn't want to
sacred
bring
place.
young children on that long
Yeah.
ass hike.
Right.
But there are like more I don't know. There's
Like
there-
a more public.
more easier access public or places. I can talk English sometimes. But we also want to go to like the Redwood Forest because I don't know. We plan on to start with the southern Illinois, the Shawnee
Yeah.
National Forest because
Oh,
that
yeah.
has some pretty big trees and that's closer than because I like driving and right now doing a road trip with the baby. He's not really a car type of baby. He's not like, oh, I'm going to take a nap and enjoy this ride. He's a, why the fuck am I stuck in this seat? God damn it. I want to go and look at stuff and do all kinds of
Let's
things
make
type
steps
of baby.
along the way,
Yeah.
Mom.
Yeah, so we're going to do a shorter one to see some big trees and then go see some real big trees eventually in
That
our
sounds fun.
lives.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
That would be cool. After you get your van, right? Because then you can have the kids pretty much be, on the go with you in a living situation.
Yeah, and just always have our stuff. There would be a toilet on board. There would be all the things on board.
Yes. That'll be cool because then, like you said, you can go wherever you need to go when you need to go, and then you can stay put where you need to stay put when you need to stay put.
I wonder if there's like something up north because I was thinking like northern woods and I was kind of thinking Wisconsin, but we could probably do like Michigan or something like that too. I
We
wonder
could
if there's
do
anything
the
on Lake Michigan,
Panhandle
maybe.
too. The UP.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about, Michigan? The UP of Michigan? Or
Yeah, like kind of like where there's wooded area and like
We'll have to find an Airbnb up there.
the
Yeah.
UP of
Yeah.
Michigan is the
Upper
like
Peninsula,
wine country.
Oh,
And there's
that would be fun,
cabins
too.
and there are a lot of coastal ones. Like
yeah.
beachfront.
I'm not usually one for wine, but I wonder if it was from like there, if it would be.
Well,
obviously
you
I
don't
know
have
it's
to do wine either, but there's wine. Being in wine country is usually just a more relaxing, like laid back type of atmosphere.
Because everybody's drunk.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
So even if you're not enjoying it, I guess I just enjoy the atmosphere of those types of places too.
Yeah.
Right. I
Well, that could be a whole
other.
other trip then.
Because honestly, I would like to try more wines. So I'm
Yeah.
sure that if they have like a wine tasting something or other within there, I would be down to go and try it. Just
I'm not
because
much
maybe
of a
I'll
drinker,
find
but
the wine I
if
like.
we're staying there overnight or like real close to it that we could just cab.
Oh,
like,
I'm sure they have
Yeah.
buses
Yeah,
that
probably
bring
do it.
people places and places
Yeah.
like that. Or we can buy, we
Because I can
just
give
hire
away
an
wine
Uber.
every once in a blue moon.
Or call an Uber,
Yeah.
not hire. But yeah, no, that sounds like that'd be fun. Another trip we have to plan. Oh my god,
Oh
we
my
have all these
gosh.
trips we gotta plan.
Let's go all the places.
Yeah, I think another thing that we should probably put on there for Sam, because you kayak sometimes, don't you? Or something, or I feel like you've mentioned this before.
I've actually never been kayaking, but that is
okay.
something that I would like to do.
So you probably mentioned it.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say I've never been either, but that sounds like intense. I would probably feel. Well, wait a minute. Is that kayaking like down, or is that just kayaking down something that's like?
Not like white water kayaking, just
like in calm
kayaking like in a
waters.
lake. Yeah,
Okay,
I would
that
start
I-
in a lake, not a river.
Okay, that's what I would be probably comfortable with because I'm like
Yeah.
I'm picturing myself going
Or a
down.
pond, maybe.
Yeah.
Remember when we were kids and we got ourselves in that paddle boat out at...
I don't know.
Oh my god! I remember. I knew
What?
right where you were going. As
So
soon as you
it was
were
another time when Grandma brought us out to Aunt Eleanor's, and
Oh my God.
we were out. They were like,
you guys got in so much trouble there.
we get in trouble everywhere we
You know
went.
what's like really funny? It sounds like she's brought you there a lot, and I don't remember like ever going to Elmer's.
Really? Yeah,
Yeah.
she would bring us out there a couple few times.
Yeah.
Maybe not
I
a
bet she
lot,
probably did
but-
at some point. I just probably just don't remember it. I literally don't remember.
I've
it.
only
Well, there
been
was
there
one
one or two
time we
times
went
without
out
her.
there, and they were like, "Yeah, there's a pond out back, and we were going to be there a while." So they're like, "Yeah, go and find the pond." And so we found the pond, and there was a paddle boat, and we're like, "Oh, let's paddle in it a little bit." And so we got out to the middle of the pond,
Uh-huh.
and like we couldn't get back to the shore, the dock, and we were just stuck in the middle.
What? How did we get out? I don't even remember.
I think we just kicked off.
Did you guys
we,
get permission
like,
to be
pushed-
in that, or did
Not-
you just like?
No, they
just
told
had
us just to go check it out. I think not to
Oh.
like
go in it.
go in any of the
or,
boats
like-
or like.
You can go,
Well,
so
you
they're
know-
probably like, go look at it, and you're like, let's go.
Well, like you think about it nowadays, and it's like you hear about kids that like drown in the ponds and drown in rivers and shit. It's like
Oh my god.
yeah, go on, Kelly, go check out the pond. Like, no, don't go check out that pond.
I feel like back in the day it was more acceptable to lose your kid down a well than it is these days.
Or at
Well, like
least-
honestly, I feel like we were a little bit more like I don't know. She trusted us. We weren't gonna go and like
Go in the
Drown
pond.
in a pond?
We probably had our church clothes on or something like.
I don't know, like
From you two, I would get the sense that you guys were like, do now ask questions or apologize later.
Yeah.
We'll interpret this how we want. Okay, bye.
Yeah. Oh, go check out the pond. We'll get all up in that shit.
Oh, when you said check out, I thought you meant like get in it and go.
Yeah, you didn't even go swimming.
I'm pretty
in
sure
the
they had to
pond?
come and like throw a rope to us or something. Like someone had to come help us, right?
I don't remember. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't even
Oh,
remember how
man.
we got out of it. Like, cause I know we paddled to the middle, and it was working fine. And then like we got out to the middle, and it like stopped working all of a sudden. Like
Yeah.
was it like the pedals just weren't pedaling, or
I don't
remember,
know.
but-
We were just children. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember how we got out of that one, to be honest. But you're
I-
right. Probably somebody had to come save us. I don't
Yeah.
know.
You guys went on so many adventures.
Well, that's Grandma. We'll have to see if she remembers that when we do our legacy episode.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, I've never gone kayaking that I remember anyways. I really want to do it, and I especially want to, or even like just paddle boarding, because I think you can rent paddle boards here at the park.
Yeah.
So
That would be fun.
yeah, I want to start trying to learn how to garden, because like I mentioned before, I kill everything. I just bought new succulents, so we'll see how I...
Yeah.
Succulents are easier to keep alive, I've heard.
Yeah, I've
So-
heard that too, but I've killed them. All of them. All of them have been dead before,
Oh, no.
so I started new ones. We'll see.
Hey, good luck.
Yeah,
We'll
I'm
see.
excited to continue ours. We have like so many plants. I've kept them all alive so far back in the bedroom, so
Yay!
because we haven't transplanted yet. So
I want to get some lavender and plant lavender around my
I have
house.
seeds in my cart right now that I just.
If you want to
need
start with
buy.
plants, they have some at Pepper Creek.
Ooh.
lavender,
I might try that because, like,
I might just go
There's
get one
something
that
about it.
started. Yeah.
whenever I see it in somebody's lawn, I'm always like, man, I want some of that in my lawn, you know? So. But no, I'm excited about doing the gardening with Mom this year, too.
Yeah,
because with all those
100%.
garden beds out back, I know some of the times when we
Getting the
come over,
kids involved.
Yeah. Especially that, honestly. Because like you said, it'll be kind of something that you can add on for Dylan as a part of his learning. For
Yeah,
his
I really want to
homeschooling.
wrap up homeschool, and this whole year has been about plants, so we need to wrap it up. And we did a little bit the other day, but we didn't get into science at all. We just focused on our English stuff and did some vocab and but if we can finish school for summer, and then that way we're actually prepared to go into the 3rd grade next year, then...
That'd be awesome. Yeah, I'm trying to finish up school things too. So I actually signed up this summer for a writing group for PhD students.
Yeah, you were saying that.
dissertations.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm hoping
Help
to
you kind of
finally...
focus.
Yes, I'm hoping to like find something that helps me to focus and like to get through it. And
So for someone who doesn't know exactly much about college, that level, what is a dissertation and what do you need it for?
so a dissertation is a very like a long style research project / paper. And so it's a very intensive, I mean, it usually comes out to be, I don't know, anywhere between 4 and 6 chapters, but the chapters are probably 20 to 40 pages each.
So how many pages long would that be total? You said 20 to 40 pages, and it's about how many chapters?
Well, it kind of
6?
depends, but like if we do a 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, oh,
180
probably between
pages
100 and
or
200
more.
pages. It depends on the topic and what you're doing.
Well,
and
right,
all
of course,
that,
it's all going to
obviously, but-
vary, but approximately.
But it's a long form research paper / project, and you do it in pursuit of a doctorate degree. So, basically, this is like the culminating project of my graduate school career. So you have to write an intensive paper about the project that you've done, and then you have to like present it and defend the work that you've done. And then they tell you whether you are a doctor or not.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's intensive, and with everything going on in the world, I just have such a hard time focusing, and like
That's
it's just been
understandable.
It's the last piece that you have to do before you...
and it's the last thing I have to do before I graduate. I need to finish it, and I've lacked focus, and I've been struggling to focus on it. It's not to say that I've done nothing on it, but I have not focused on it in the way that I need to.
I feel like as a teacher...
That class sounds good then.
Yeah, I feel like as a teacher, you're aware of yourself and your habits when it comes to school.
Yeah.
And so I know you thrive in that school environment when you're focused. And so without having to be focused, it's probably hard, especially like you said, with everything that's been going on top of
100%.
everything. So yeah, maybe giving yourself that little bit of structure is just what you need to finish and just be done with
Yes.
that.
I'm
Then you can call yourself Dr. Marilyn Porch.
Yeah.
Dr. Marilyn.
The doctor is in.
That's about to do on the podcast.
And then when you're reading your Weekend Reads podcast, you could be like, with Dr. Marilyn Lorch. And then like...
That's fine.
You know, that could probably sell on like a fans only, just like you sitting in the chair with your glasses on, obviously like clothed, like you wouldn't have to try and be anything sexy, just with the glasses on, like you're a librarian and like reading.
Or people who have like some reading fetish or something.
Yeah, like reading.
I'll read to you, boo.
Just read the book that you're already reading and be like,
feeling
yeah.
Oh god.
Well,
You know what's embarrassing about that is though they don't hear all the stumbles because I cut all that shit out.
when you're that'd be funny to watch.
I make myself sound like a very
So like you know how
reader,
to pronounce everything.
I don't know how to pronounce everything. I'm sure there are so many fuck ups in there. I'm just being like real honest with y'all. I'm so sorry.
Hey, you know,
I'm doing the best I can.
that's right.
You know, I've said Hermione in my head for freaking years instead of Hermione, so.
I don't even remember what I said. I think it was like Hermione or
Hermione.
Well, and see, I couldn't read Harry Potter because I didn't know what they were even trying to fucking say. So I was like, I don't understand nothing that is going on.
Oh my
I
gosh.
closed that book after chapter 1.
No, goodbye. Your made up words and bullshit. Come on.
No. Hey, that was the best part about it. Muggles.
I'm trying to understand English, and you are not making it any easier.
I almost bought you a Muggle stone that was at the shop. I think it was called Muggle Stone. I don't remember. I don't know. I should have bought one and got the card for it, and then I would have been able to tell you.
Could have even just got asked for the card and been like,
I want to do that next time I go, is actually just write down. I need to bring a whole nother list, because they give you like this little card.
I remembered
yeah.
another
To write
store that I
down.
forgot about, so we can go to another store, and it's another one that has cards with all their crystals. So I was like,
Nice. So you tell them what you want to look at, and they'll show you what they have or something. Of that
Well, there's like a
kind, or
whole
what?
entire bar, nearly, as what I'll call it, that has a whole bunch of like alphabetized. What you have to sanitize before you go in the store, so everybody has sanitized hands before they touch anything, first and foremost.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, basically there's a bunch of gems out on the like bar, and you can pick those ones out, but you have to write down the ones that you get on a little card
Yeah.
as you get them. And so, yeah, like there were a few of them that I wanted like cards for, but I didn't write them down because I didn't actually
Gotcha.
get them. But they give you the cards for the ones that you get.
I see.
So, but you, like she said, you can ask for cards.
yeah,
for
like I
any of
asked
them.
for the amethyst one.
Well, I think that's something you two are going to be doing this summer.
Oh,
Keeping up
getting
your
some gems.
crystal collections.
Yes,
Yes.
girl.
I
Or you
honestly
guys already took
Now that I
Yeah.
have someone to share my like addiction with, now I'm like, yeah, I have another reason to go back to that shop. Like I just said, I remembered another shop that I was like,
Dude, do
hey.
you know what I was thinking about the other day?
What?
I think we need to create some sort of like a vlogging channel on YouTube for us, and eventually we will make a she bus where we travel the world and we go crystal hunting. We go and we can mine them out of mines. We can go to gem shops and go gem shopping. We can go to the shows and get them from shows, like, and then we can just have like these awesome collections.
You guys
that
will go
people
on your
can-
weekend or week trips, get your material for a
You know
few
how they-
We'll
weeks,
get a
and then-
caravan. I need to get better
have a
about
whole
logging
thing.
where mine come from, because I usually get the little card that says where it comes from when I buy it, and then I throw that box away, or like
Oh, I keep those. Yeah, I've been keeping them like those ones that guy was marked. I found such value in his being marked, and I was like, "Ooh, that's so cool!" Like, I know where this exactly came from.
Yeah.
Like, that guy is really good. We
we need to go back there.
Yes, totally.
So what else are you guys up to this summer? Do you have any plans, Suze?
I just want to spend a lot more time with Kelly outside. I feel like, yeah, we went down to the park and we were swinging and having fun down there, and it let me be kind of more of a kid again. And I want to act like a kid when I'm with her. Like, I want to act like she is just a best friend that I'm only a few years older than, and I can show her all the fun toys, all the fun things, all the fun places. And it's kind of like you. I feel like you're like my showing me all these fun places and all these fun things and things to do. Like, I'm like, oh, I want to do that for Kelly.
I mean, if we have to plan these days and still take the kids, we can plan them on days that we have the kids and go.
Dude, she is so into crystals already.
Yeah.
Like, I can tell she's probably going to be just like us and be fascinated with all of them
Yeah.
when she gets older.
And she seems to love it outside, so yeah.
She'll be a camper and...
How are you guys doing that at your house? I mean, well, I guess in the corner lot, you kind of have like some space on the one side, but there's so many trees on the other.
Yeah, we honestly... So that's one thing that I actually forgot I wanted to try to do starting this summer is Corey and I want to start prepping the backyard for a fence so we
yeah.
can start fencing in the backyard. But, you know me and my nature, I am kind of sad to like get rid of trees. I don't want to add deforestation when I have a little like mini forest of my own back there that I can preserve, you know. So I'm pretty much, we're settling for getting rid of like half of it. Because the front half we like because it kind of like encloses it and makes it more of like our own little place.
Yeah.
But then the back half we can kind of clear out so we can make room for activities and for her to be able to run around the yard. And
So much room for activities.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Well, with her
Still
running
the
around
space.
now, oh my gosh. She's
Yes.
into everything.
Well, that's what we noticed is that when we go out front or to the side yard, because our driveway's kind of off to the side where the cul-de-sac is, so she likes to run out in the yard and she likes to run out to the road, and it's like, no. Yeah, it's like, well, we're teaching her the boundaries and she's slowly getting it, but, you know, her instinct is to just go for it, you know, so we need to hone that in. And I think if we get a fenced-in backyard, obviously then she can run around all day long back there and not have to worry about her running out into the road. So that's why we would like to get a fence, but we'll see what happens and how that comes along. There's a lot of trees back there, so...
I feel like I'd love to have Kelly over at some point, like to spend the night here soon. Probably not like right away because she's got like most of her stuff over at mom's.
Well,
Not to say that I could bring it over here.
I was just gonna say if you ever need anything,
but I need to get her
it's
cleaned
right
up
there, but-
enough with like little stuff because she still does put some stuff in her mouth. She's getting better about it.
Yeah.
But she does, and I just have so much little stuff here, and I don't really have it baby-proofed enough. Yeah, so, but I'd love to have her over at like some point and just, it'd be so cute.
Well, it'd be fun for you guys to start going downstairs and reading the books and having her little library. Because then every time she comes over, I'm sure she'll be like, "Ooh, let's go read books with Auntie Mary."
Yeah, so I need to keep decluttering my place. So
We should help each other out with that this summer because, like I said, I just yesterday got through all of her clothes and I separated out kind of the ones that I like and I kind of want to keep it. I had so many of those still that I think I should probably do another double take on that stacked if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Because at first I was only keeping sentimental ones, and then I started keeping ones that I thought were just really cute, and I really liked when she wore it.
Yeah.
That's really cute, and I like when she wore that one. And then the pile started growing, and I'm like, fuck, this was not supposed to be this big of a pile. But I did get a lot of them already organized to the side by size, and I just need to, I'm just going to put a big old sign up that says, shirts are like, what, a quarter, pants a quarter,
Yeah.
maybe 50 cents, something like
I need
that.
to declutter a lot too. That's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I try and declutter all the time. So like, but sometimes
get
I
rid
feel
of
like I
it.
don't get anywhere. Yeah.
I'll declutter and have like stuff set to the side intended to just go through and do this or that with, but then I won't actually get rid of it and let
Oh
it
no, we get rid of it. We get rid of stuff all the time. I guess I have noticed that our house has felt a lot less heavy.
Yeah.
And there's a lot less stuff. We still just have more than we need, and it's like we always have more than we need.
It's a process.
Yeah, I've been thinking about trying. So, I have a friend from high school who has a podcast actually, and she's like a life coach, and she's super smart. I love her writing. She's funny. I love her. So, anyways, she has a podcast called Well Plus Kind with Katie Gray, and she talks about how. This was several weeks ago, but she talked about how she'll like throw away one thing a day, or not even throw away. She'll get rid of one thing a day.
Yeah.
She'll donate something, but only if it's like really nice. She'll throw something away, and she kind of like that's kind of her process is like just get rid of one thing a day, and that adds up over time, and like. I'm like, I feel like that's something I could manage.
Yeah.
Well, it's almost like you have to break it down into those manageable steps in order for it to actually be executed. For me, anyway. Like,
how have I accumulated so much stuff, Well,
I think that's my problem, too, is that when I go out and I buy things, I will buy an entire bag of things or more bags of things. But then when I get rid of things, I'll find it hard to even get rid of a bag of things. You know what I mean? I think that's part of my problem.
Sometimes I have a hard time getting rid of a bag of bags.
Yeah.
So, like...
Oh,
man.
It is kind of crazy. Well, because there's a mentality, I think, that we grew up with about recycling and saving and
reuse, recycle.
Yes. Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Which I think is like a good message.
It's not bad. It's good. But at the same time, you do need to know your limitations and where you can donate things or where you can recycle things. And
I think being conscious of how it affects your mental health and your environment 100%. Also.
Well, I think that's the thing that I never really looked at or realized before, and I'm starting to realize it now that I'm starting to declutter, is the fact that, like, you just feel like this weight in the back of your mind of all of the things that you need to manage. So,
there's less of a to-do list because some of it's, like, it's not just always there.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm starting there. I've obviously got a long ways to go, but I'm starting to see the benefit of it already, though. So.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I feel like we all have, like, so many things we need to do this summer, things we want to do this summer, things we are definitely doing this summer.
Things we are for sure not going to do ever again.
For sure.
I know what you did last summer.
Oh.
But, yeah, so.
Sorry. Weird 90s film reference.
We are that old.
What was that? I'm not afraid anymore.
I'm not afraid of you.
No, she goes out in the middle of the field and she screams something. Oh God, I can't even think of what it is. You know what I'm talking about?
What? Is it what it is, or like?
What do you want from me?
I don't know. I remember the imagery of it well.
I think I remember.
I don't remember what she yells though.
I think honestly, what I'm remembering is when they make fun of it in the scary movies, and she's like, "Just do it," or something like.
I feel like it's like, I'm not afraid of you or something like, I don't know.
I don't remember.
I have to look this up. We're going to look this up, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to put it on social media.
We are going to cut that out. So we don't have to. But in
That was
conclusion, I think we should do a shout out to Katie.
I think we should do a shout out.
And
yeah,
then ask for
100%.
questions after,
And then
or-
ask for questions. So
Okay.
I just mentioned her about decluttering, so perfect timing. So we are going to recommend to you the Well and Kind podcast. It's Well plus Kind. WELL space plus space.
The
Kind,
plus sign,
K-I-N-D,
right?
The literal plus sign.
Okay.
And you can find it on like Apple Music is where I listen to it. I'm guessing she's in other places too, but
Yeah,
she is at least there.
It.
Yeah, and I think you can
And she
find
is. She is so
her-
awesome. Like, I've actually met her a long time ago. I was friends with her sister. And yeah, she's just a good person too. Like, you can tell by her podcast too. I mean, obviously once you listen to it, but I'm also a fan. Love you, Katie.
You can find her website. It is katiegrayofficial.com. KatieGrayofficial.com. And if you have kids, she has a blog that's linked off of that too called Women with Kids. That's really good. And I think you can do that at like womenwithkids.com.
Ooh, I haven't checked that out. I'll have to check that out.
You both would probably like it, I think. But yeah, it's just like a written blog. But yeah, you can check it out. I'll link it somewhere online. Hopefully I'll remember.
Cool.
So yeah, check out Katie. But we also have a favor from you all. We want to know what stuff you want to hear from us. We are...
Yeah. Maybe talking
very
season.
awkward.
Sorry. Did I?
No,
Make
it
it
was me being
awkward.
awkward. The way I phrased it was like just...
I was like,
Word
I missed
salad.
out on something. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say we had a really good season finale last time when we
Yes,
asked you
100%.
guys for Q&As, and maybe this time we would just see what if you had questions again, or maybe other ideas that you would
What
have
do you
for
want
a
us to
season
say?
finale.
What do you want us to talk about?
Yeah.
We need submissions and ideas from y'all.
If you haven't caught on, our seasons are 13 episodes.
And this is going to be episode 9.
Yeah, maybe
So
episode
we're
9.
closing in on the end of
episode
the
9,
season
yeah.
soon. So the more submissions, the sooner, the better. So we can have more variety and we can.
Yeah, we want to
Yeah.
know what
really
you guys
great
want to
episode.
hear.
Yeah, what do you want to hear about? Witchy stuff, our lives.
We have all sorts
What
of
else,
stuff
you know?
all up in these.
A sing along? A sing along episode.
I would love that.
Oh, Susie's like, oh, I don't know.
I'm like, I'm not a very good singer, so
we should
I
do
might
like a
ruin that
guess
one
the
quick.
tunes with Steve. We should have Steve on and have
He'd be a great
like
guest.
a music trivia episode or something.
This can just be our next episode and not the season finale.
I think we need to call Steve and be like, Steve.
We need you to
Music
be our
part
guest.
2.
Be our guest. Be our guest.
This is an open invitation to you, Steve. I
Oh,
know
brother,
you listen
we're
to
out
us. I know you listen.
We're out there,
You
brother.
find us on the interwebs or through our telephones because you have our phone numbers.
Yes, yes.
And
We will
let's
be
plan
making the
this.
contact and making plans. Another plan we need to make off air. Yet another one.
Yes. We've mentioned him a couple of times, like about his DJing and whatever. So we would love to have him on for some music shenanigans. But besides that, are making our own episode ideas. Tell us what you want to hear. What do you want to hear about?
Yeah,
Send
what
us
do
your
you guys want to
questions.
know other than us automatically thinking of things on?
Yeah.
I mean, I
We
was
could do
just
this.
going
We
to
could
say,
do this. We are idea machines, ladies.
hey, it works.
But we also want to know what you're curious about. So
Well, I agree that I think
Tell
it was
us.
nice that the last time when we asked for the questions for the Q&A closing episode, it ended up being a really good one. So
Yeah, I
if we
think
get
so
more
too.
of those, it would be really nice to connect to our audience and for our audience to connect to each other to see what all
100%.
Yeah, maybe
what
we'll
everybody
have
else
a
is
mix.
thinking out there.
Maybe we'll have questions and a little segment ideas that aren't quite questions. Whatever you guys want as topics. Or...
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
figure it out.
we'll figure something out. It's gonna
Let us
happen.
know. Let us know.
100%. All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for listening this week, and we'll be
Thank
back
you.
next week with something completely different.
Variety show.
Thanks so much for listening, Coven. We'll see you next time.
Blessed be,
Blessed
Coven.
be.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Midwest Coven Cast.
Be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode.
And if you love us, consider leaving us a review.
You can also join our coven by following us on social media.
At Midwest Coven on Twitter and at Midwest Coven Cast on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
You can also find us at MidwestCovenCast.com.
Until next time, Coven, blessed be.